Alright, hello guys, what's going on? Needs More Drums back in Moss Valley for the last episode of our 150 horsepower challenge. So this is the moment of truth. We're going to sell everything that we've, made so far this year, including our crops, including some of our animal products, and see how much money 150 horsepower equipment can really make you. But before we do that, just want to say, first things first, I know FS25 is out. In the background, I'm just playing it, kind of getting used to the game, so expect some videos for that pretty soon. But I do have one more challenge that I want to wrap up for FS22, so I'm probably going to get that recorded and just kind of release that a little more frequently than some of my other videos where I only release like one a week. Maybe I'll get it all recorded, get it all edited, and then kind of release it over the course of a couple weeks. So every few days maybe I'll put out a video for that. But there's just a lot of good mods for FS22 right now that I want to use before the game, before I fully kind of put the game on the shelf. So I have it all planned out. I know what I'm going to do. It's going to be a short series kind of like this, just one more challenge, something that I've always wanted to do in the game but haven't really gotten the chance to do thus far. So just stay tuned for that. But just know that in the meantime, I do have some things in the works, or I guess as of the time I'm recording this, I will have some things in the works for FS25. It's still a couple days away from release as of right this very moment when I'm recording this. But I'm excited. It looks really good. I'm really excited to jump in and really see, some of the new features. Second thing, aside from FS25, is that I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little weird again. I'm getting over another little bit of a cold or some allergies or something going on right now. The weather's kind of starting to change. This is the first week where it's been really cold. So yeah, not feeling too great, but thought I'd still try to get this out in a timely fashion. So got to keep things moving along here. But luckily today there won't be as much commentary. Probably it's going to be more, running back and forth to different sell points. So let's take a look real quick at some of the things that we need to sell. So first of all, we've got all the grain in here, and it is raining. So I kind of want to wait a little bit to see if the rain dies down. I don't really want to load up the grain in the rain. So, it might be kind of tough. If we look in here, it might be kind of tough to get a trailer in here and load it up without it getting all wet. So I might kind of wait a little bit to do that. I think I might have a cover on this trailer though. I don't remember. If I do, then we have this load of oat in here that we have 14,500 liters of oat. That's just from the one field. So we could actually go and sell that. And looking at the prices, we could see that we are getting pretty much, we're at the highest price for oats right now, which is awesome. So we'll definitely sell that. Wheat, we could get a little bit more, but it seems like it's kind of on the downward spiral. So it actually looks like we may be at kind of the highest price right now. Some of these might go up a little bit, but I think anything around 400, I'll take that. So we'll probably get that sold, because at the end of the day, we need to sell things when we need the money, right? And we need the money now. We have about 9 grand in the bank. So not great. Milk is looking great. Not too much price fluctuation in this anyway. So we're actually going to sell this first. And then we do have probably, I don't know if I'll get some silage sold. I would like to. I might have to wait another month. Obviously it'll be this episode, but I might have to, wait till the next day until it's all fermented, because we just finished up some fermenting in the last episode. We just finished up the wrapping. Sorry, not the fermenting. It took a little while. I did it off camera, and it took quite a bit. It was pretty dark. We were, wrapping throughout the night. So it gets dark so early, and you can see it's already 8:30 in the morning, and it's still barely not even light out. So let's go ahead, grab. We'll grab the Fent. Why not? We'll grab the Fent for old time's sake here, and we will disconnect the baler, and then we will go and hook up to the milk trailer, and we'll go ahead and get some milk sold first and foremost. And I'm not going to sell any slurry. That's kind of useless. I'd rather just save it for the fertilizer round that we're going to do in the spring. So no worries there. But yeah, I think our milk trailer's over here across the street. So I'll go ahead and hook that up, bring it over to the cow barn, and we'll get that loaded up and ready to go. And yes, as we're driving over here, I know, before I say anything, I know the door is open, but there's something weird going on with interactive control with this tractor. It seems like if I press a certain button, it kind of glitches out and the store stays open. It'll close eventually. I just have to I don't know how to really fix it, but it fixes itself eventually. But we're gonna try to load this up. This might not actually be the easiest to do with this trailer, but we're gonna see it. We're gonna give it a shot here. Let's just see if I might have to try to back this up, and backing up this trailer sucks, because it's one of those one of those double, you know, double pivot point type of trailers. So let's try to back this up here really carefully. This is, again, not the easiest type of trailer to back up at all. Yeah, there we go. That's actually what I need to do right there. Not too shabby. I think it'll work. Oh, come on, please. Let's try to load it up. Oh, I guess I just could have tried that anyway. I forgot we don't get a trigger, but anyway, okay. So 5,000 liters, where do we need to sell this? We can go to Robin's Dairy Products, which is, let's take a look at the map here. I bet it's like all the way on the other side. Yeah, sure enough. All right, well, we got quite a journey ahead of us. So I'm going to go and, oh, actually, you know what? I could just cut right through here, I think. I might try to do that instead. All right, well, I'm going to make my way over there, and I will see you guys there. Yeah, and driving through the other farm here, I found that road. Looks like it's right. Yep, there we go. I just checked the mini-map real quick, and it looks like I was on the right track. So, haven't been down this way before. We're gonna give it a shot here. Take a new little shortcut. Looks like it's gonna save us tons of time rather than driving all the way around the long way around the other fields and that little pond over there. So, again, see you guys at the store. All right, so here we are, and I think you can sell to production points without actually owning the production, if I remember correctly. Let's see if it'll take it here. Yeah, good. Okay, awesome. Milk is extremely profitable, as we found in our last series. So I'm really excited that I have 20,000 liters of milk. We have four or 5 trips, so yeah, probably make, you know, 12 to 15 grand just in milk sales. So yeah, we're just gonna head back to the farm and keep running this milk to and from the store here. I'll let you guys know once we've done that, and we'll see how much money we got in the bank. All right, we just got done selling our last load of milk for now, because that was the last load of 5,000, a full 5,000 liters that we can get. I think there's still like 3,000 in the barn, but we'll wait till a little bit later to sell that once we get another full trailer load. Since it is a little bit of a trek to get over here, you know, I don't want to be running back and forth to the sell point if I don't need to. But yeah, look at the money in the bank. I mean, that is nice compared to what we started with just a couple hours ago. So can't complain about that. Yeah, so I think now what we'll do is we'll go and probably sell our grain. I know it's starting to snow, even though it's 51 degrees apparently. But hey, whatever, you know, it's just a game, right? I think with these one-day seasons are kind of nice in the sense that it keeps things, you know, moving along for the purposes of like a short series. But in terms of the game, like, I prefer the 3-day seasons, because I feel like you get a bit more of realistic change from day to day, whereas like this is, they're trying to pack, you know, a few different weather patterns into like one quote-unquote season that happens to be a day. And so it gets a little bit, you know, it was raining and now it's snowing and it's still 51, and it's like, it's supposed to snow like all day. But anyway, as we were crashing into the tree there. But yeah, so we're gonna go back, we're gonna grab, I think the grain we'll do next, because I want to wait, I want to do that before we do the like any kind of bales, because the bales, just to be honest, are just a lot of work to load up. I mean, it's not terrible now that we have the telehandler, and you know, I got my trusty farm stick as always. You know, always gotta you know, be happy about that. It makes it so much easier to use that thing, but load up all the bales. But still, I'd rather just get the grain sold, get some more money in the bank, and the load of oats is going to be nice because we already have that in the trailer. And you can see this tractor though is struggling a bit on these hills. So I'm wondering, I want to look at the sell point that we got to go to. I'm not quite sure of the grain sell point, about where that is, or you know, one of them. I'm sure there's multiple of them around the map. But this map is actually very hilly. It's got a lot of steep sections on it. So these tractors do struggle on the hills a bit, even in our own farm. You know, when we're trying to do the seeding and stuff on a little bit of a steeper terrain, it really is quite difficult to get up and down those hills. So we'll see how it does with a full load of of grain. I'm guessing it's going to be, you know, very slow, but hey, it is what it is. Can't complain there. So we're going to go back, hook up to the trailer, and find a grain sell point that's paying the most money. All right, and so if we take a look here, it looks like the Cutter Hall grain elevator is offering $732, which is really high. That's really high compared to the past prices. So we're gonna take that. Let's see where that is. Yeah, farthest possible drive in the whole map. Awesome, sweet. Well, you know what? That's fine. We're only doing it once, so I really don't care. And I wish we could cut like through here, but I kind of doubt that we can. I mean, maybe there's like a weird little path through the trees. I don't know. I've never really explored this map much, so I'm a bit curious. There is, I'm guessing that there might be. Should we go on a little bit of an adventure and just kind of try it? Nah. I don't want to do that right now. I might once we get there, I might drive over here and see if we can cut through to get back. But for now, I think I'll play it safe. Go along one of the designated routes here. We could probably actually take the same way that we've been taking through this this dirt path here as a little bit of a shortcut rather than taking the paved roads all the way down. It is a little bit steep, so I know this tractor is going to struggle, but we also only have about a half a trailer full of oats right now, so can't complain. And the oh, there we go. The door was glitching again, but now it is seems to be good. Let's see though, is there a hover on this thing? No, doesn't look like it. Okay, well, hopefully it doesn't get the grain too wet here. I know that can reduce our price if they have to dry it, so we're gonna be careful to get this there quick. But yeah, we'll do the best we can. All right, and it looks like we finally made it up here. This was a journey, to say the least. And oh, look, there's a little deer running around straight through the concrete wall. Yep, there we go. But yeah, this was quite a ways away, especially, you know, in the snow. No pain, no grain. That's funny. Nice. Yeah, we're just gonna back this up right here. And yeah, the roads are getting a bit slick. I mean, the pavement is, and the dirt is, you know, getting a little bit treacherous. But we're doing what we can. I do want to get all this stuff sold today. Hopefully we can get it done before the roads get completely covered with snow. But this should fetch us probably about 10 grand or so, I'm guessing. Let's see. Yeah, just about. Yep. What I thought. Not too bad. Wish I would have got a little bit more. But, you know, I forget that oat field is a pretty small field as far as our fields go, so can't really complain too much. Yeah, let's just take a little trip. I'm going to take a little trip over here and just see what is over here and see if this road actually goes through. I doubt that it does, but it's worth a shot anyway. So let's just see. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of just a dead end here with this this unused land. It looks like could be a farm plot eventually. It looks like if somebody was, you know, going to buy this and build here. Sadly, I don't think that'll be us this time around, but you know, you never know. Yeah, it's a nice little spot up here if somebody wanted to start their farm. There we go. Nice little cleared plot of land there. So let's go ahead and close this gate back up. But all right, gonna make the long journey back to the farm. Grab the probably start loading this up with the wheat at this point, to be honest. We're gonna need to do a couple of loads of that, so that'll take a little bit, especially since we have to load it manually with the telehandler, which is actually kind of fun. Never really have done that before, but I feel like that, again, it's pretty common in a lot of parts of the UK where, you know, not everybody has silos. Even in the US, maybe people store their grain that way, but I know typically, like where I'm from, that's not very common. A lot of people either have silos or, like I said a few episodes ago, either silos or a co-op for the kind of like a county, or, you know, some of the counties where it's just kind of like a big central grain elevator, typically like with rail access. And, you know, they'll just, everybody will bring their grain there and kind of store it and then sell it in bulk, is my understanding. So co-op, short for cooperative. So anyway, we're gonna head back to the farm, get that loaded up, and get that wheat sold. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. All right, so we're back at the farm here, and we got all the equipment out of the shed, and we're ready to start loading some of this wheat into the trailer. So I think, if I recall, we have at least 2 trailer loads. So this will be a bit of a lengthy process, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump into a time lapse here, and we will get this all loaded up and sold, and as usual, see how much money we can make from this harvest. But yeah, sorry for the, if you look in the top left, there's like some weird pixelated lighting going on. There's something with the shadows in this map, it seems, or something, where like right in this corner, there's always some weird glitches happening with the lighting and the shadows. So just excuse that for now. It was happening in the last episode too, like once it started getting darker. So I wonder if it is like the shadows or something. But I think now I got a good groove here. Figured out where I need to actually like position the telehandler to get it, you know, just in the right spot here. Because let's be honest, there's not a lot of room to move around here in this yard. This is very tight. Trying not to crash into any of the sheds or any of my other equipment as I do this, but shouldn't be too bad. I'll tell you what, as I always say, man, this farm stick really makes using equipment like this a lot easier than if I was just using a mouse. And I wonder though if I'm gonna have to go around and pick up some of the stuff around the edges of the shed with these weird, you know, weird glitchy walls where it's kind of sticking through. We'll see. Got to do that in a little bit, but either way, no worries. Let's just go ahead and get to work, and I'll try not to crash into stuff. So, talk to you guys in a little bit. And there we go. That's one trailer already loaded. So we're gonna go and take this over to the sell point. I think we're actually gonna go to the same place that we went for the oats. It looked like that was paying the most money up there at the grain elevator. Let's just take a look real quick. Yeah, so if you look at our wheat, we're at $409, and that's over at the Carter Hall grain elevator. So we're gonna go and make that trek all the way up over here again. That was quite a ways away, but you know, wasn't terrible. So we'll take the little shortcut probably and get there eventually. So I will see you guys up there. Man, that hill was tough, but we made it. You can see where this is where the benefits of having a bigger tractor definitely comes into play when you're transporting, you know, heavy loads of grain like this long distances, especially on a map such as this where there's just tons of really steep hills all around. Like I said earlier, I knew we were gonna struggle, but yeah, we're struggling. But we'll get there, you know. It's not that bad. It could be worse. I could have, you know, had to stop and back up and go back down the hill and find an alternate route or transport less of the grain, so could be worse. But yeah, we'll just carry on here, almost at the sell point. Just got to turn off of the little main road here to this little dirt path. I do have the mini map up for this, just you know, figure it's my little GPS that I would have handy if I was like going to a place like this that I wouldn't really know where I was going. Yeah, this map is pretty big, so I'm not super used to it yet. and yeah, still exploring some of these new places here. But really nice scenery all over the place, and I'm just loving the immersion of this map. So it's a shame that, you know, FS22 is kind of, I don't want to say it's going to be dead, but definitely the focus is going to be on FS25. But I'm sure there's still going to be a lot of players playing FS22. So, you know, I know there's still modders that are going to be active in FS22 for a little bit, and, you know, with that even being said, there's tons of great mods out on FS22 right now. That's why I still want to do one more series, because there's so many mods out that I've been dying to use. You know, I've had in my library forever, whether that be vehicles or, you know, script mods, whatever it is. There's just tons of stuff that I haven't even gotten the chance to mess around with yet, that I just really want to give, you know, one last try before I kind of put this game up on the shelf. You know, I'd like to try some of those mods that I haven't gotten the chance to use yet, and that I've been really wanting to. So yeah, that's why we're gonna stick around for a little bit, but I do think we're gonna transfer over to FS25, still release, you know, some content and stuff. I'm thinking about, you know, doing some like tutorial videos, and in addition to just jumping right into a full-blown kind of story-based series like this. And, you know, like some of my other, I should say some of my other ones. My other one is, my only other farming simulator series is the 1,000 Cows. So still relatively new to the content creator portion of this game, but loving it so far. Thank you all, you know, as always, for the support. Really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun playing this game. I play this game a lot, and it's, you know, always nice to kind of share these experiences with you all, and I like doing these challenges, and, you know, just kind of pushing the game a little bit. Not pushing it to its limits, but just you know, it's easy to just fall into monotony of doing the same thing over and over again. So it's fun to challenge yourself too. It keeps things interesting. And, you know, people say like, oh, don't you get bored of just doing the same thing over and over again in farm sim? And I'm like, no, I really don't, because I don't do the same thing over and over again. You know, I try to mix it up. You know, one map I might do something like, you know, have a big cow farm and only focus on, you know, making money from the cows and not really selling the crops, just kind of making the crops to support the cows, you know, or some, that's, you know, one way to play the game. Or another way is, you know, yeah, I want to, you know, use only a certain type of equipment, whether that be a certain size, you know, a certain era, like a certain style, you know, time period, something like that. I mean, the possibilities are absolutely endless. But there goes my typical rant in the episode. Always feel like there's a point where I just start talking about something random with the game, and there it is. So we're just gonna unload this here. Perfect timing. Just arrived at the no pain, no grain elevator. Let's see what we're gonna get. I'm guessing probably 10,000 per load. I'm guessing a total harvest of about 25-ish to 30,000, since we do have a couple more trailer loads of wheat left. At least I think we did at least 2 and almost 3, if I remember correctly. But either way, all right, there we go. 10 grand. Yep, not too bad for one load. So we're just gonna go ahead and do this back and forth a little bit, get everything sold. And I'll probably just bring you guys back once we've done that, because, you know, I got my little system going. Loading this trailer, I will say, did not take nearly as long as I thought it would with that telehandler. So really not opposed to, you know, not having a silo. I thought it would be kind of a pain, but it's really not. You know, storing the grain in the shed and just loading it up. Hey, you know, people do it. That's what they did on Clarkson's farm. They just made not even a covered shed. Sometimes they just throw it in between some hay bales, you know, out in the field, just make a nice little square kind of bunker, like a bunker silo, you know. Just do it like that. So yeah, can't complain about this at all. But I'm just gonna head back. Like I said, we'll just keep this going. Then I will let you guys know when we are finished. And all right, guys, we are back from selling our grain. We reorganized the shed a little bit here, and this is looking way nicer than before. This header trailer really helps with keeping things all neat and tidy, even though it looks like that header is completely on backwards. And yeah, oh well. We'll fix that next harvest season. But yeah, you can see we have almost $60,000 in the bank now. That harvest was extremely profitable, made about 25 grand off of that. Really happy about it. So I just checked on the silage bales across the field over there, across the street in the field over there. Yep. Um, and same thing with those ones, you know, that you could see kind of peeking through there. Those pink bales over there from the other grass field. They're only about 30% fermented at the moment, so we actually have to wait probably until either the end of January, towards the end of the month, or maybe even into February for those to be fully fermented, so that we can sell those. So for the rest of December, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna sell our straw. It's not gonna be worth much, but every penny counts, and I just think it's taking up a lot of space. I thought we might need it for TMR, but it's just kind of a pain because you don't need like a full bale, so you kind of just, we're not going to go through it. Like it's just, we have so much more than we need, and we'd be better off just selling it. And we produce so much silage and hay on this farm as it is, that I don't even think we need to worry about straw as a filler. And right now we're only doing slurry, so we don't need it for manure either. So I think it's just better off to just sell it rather than have it take up space in our sheds and around the farm. So we got tons of bales to load up. It took me a long time to stack them over there in that shed, and yet here I am, you know, about to sell them all. Just is what it is sometimes. Don't always think things through. So let me just check on the prices real quick. So yeah, so straw is never very profitable at all. Only 50 bucks, and it's actually at a high point right now, which is awesome. I didn't actually know that. I thought it'd be a little bit on the. I just didn't think it'd be on the high side. So we're getting an extra, you know, $10-20 per 1,000 liters, which, you know, we'll make a couple grand off of this. Like, big deal, right? But a couple grand is a couple grand. And then after that, I want to sell some wool. So wool's a little bit weird because we're actually in kind of a low point right now. But again, we have it. We might as well sell it. It's you know, it's a pretty significant change from high to low, but I mean, we're not at the lowest point. We're kind of in the middle. So if we get about, yeah, I mean, I guess like close to 900 bucks. I mean, we're kind of right in the middle of the way. So I'm not really too concerned about selling it right now. I think it'll still be a nice amount of money. I think we got about have maybe a 2,000 or 3,000 liters. So again, just another couple $1,000, bring us over 60 grand. Hopefully we can get close to 70. And, you know, I'd be really, really happy with that. But the silage is going to be our big money maker. So I'm really looking forward to getting that sold eventually. But for now, we're just going to jump in the telehandler and load up some bales. I got to find the trailer. I forget. Oh, I put it probably across the street. So I'm going to grab one of the tractors. I might grab the Massey Ferguson, give the Fendt a rest for now, since we've been driving that around all day. I'll go and grab the Massey Ferguson and hook it up to the trailer, and then we'll start loading up some of those straw bales and getting those sold. So as per usual, I'll get that done, and then I'll just talk to you guys later, since it's going to be a lot of repetition. I think we're just going to, there's only that one bale sell point. If you jump in the mini map here, you can see there's just this one. I believe it's right over here. Yeah, there it is. Gear lane bales. Straight down the road. We go right through the old farm in the middle of the map there, the main farm in the map. And then we'll just follow the so it's a nice paved road all the way there, which is awesome. Hopefully it won't be too slick with the snow still coming down. Doesn't seem like it's going to stop anytime soon, so good deal. It is December. Love the snow. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get to work. All right, we've already made almost $70,000 from our bales, or just our straw bales, which is nice. We're getting about 2 grand per trailer, so per 8 bales, which is really not that bad. I did not think we were gonna get that much money for them, to be honest with you. But anyway, we have a lot of bales over here. I did not realize we had this many. I thought we had less than this. But the reason that I wanted to chat with you guys real quick is because I want to, you know, talk about trailer positioning real quick. I mean, like, this is something that you don't really think about, like, with big farms, but sometimes, like, when you have little, really tight areas like this, like on a farm like this, you got to think about, you know, where to position the trailer. And I think it's something just kind of interesting, like, that you don't think about a lot, is like, you know, with the stack being back here, like, I could drive on the field, but I kind of don't want to. So I want to position the trailer in a way that I could easily load it and unload it. And I think this is obviously, like, you know, this is an obvious choice right here. But still, you know, something kind of that you don't always have to think about. I know when we were across the street here, you'll see where we have to think about, where we had to think about putting the trailer. We actually had to come in, go down this road here, and then bring it around the back of this building. And there's like another little pathway back here behind the sheds. And then we actually had to pull it up right here so that we could easily load it kind of up against this wall. So you can see where the second path comes in. Because otherwise there's really no good way to get the bales from this barn over, like, onto this, unless I guess we kind of could have brought it, like, parked it right up against this building, very similar to this, like, just pulled it alongside here. But either way, like, you really got to think about that. You got to think about, you know, what's the easiest way to move the telehandler around, be able to have a really, like, nice straight shot at the trailer, and then you know, just gotta kind of think 2 steps ahead, right? You don't always have to do that with on like really big open farms with a lot of open area. So I figure if I pull up like right here, this should be an okay spot. As you can see, this bale is now in the way, which didn't think about that when I was loading this up, but not to worry. We'll go ahead and get this loaded up, and then we will just keep on keeping on with the bale loading here. I'm actually getting quite good with this telehandler. I say that having just completely, if you guys, oh man, it was a good thing I wasn't recording like the last trailer load that I did. I was putting the last bale on the top, and I don't know what happened. It like caught the inside edge of like one of these ones on the bottom, and just completely just every single bale just like flew off of the trailer. And the weirdest, oh man, so, you know, exactly my point. Oh, I'm getting so good at this, and then here I am just totally just messing it up. I might even just go with not all 8 on this one, just to avoid a catastrophe that is about to be inevitable. Because what I should have done is looped around the other side of the trailer, but didn't do that. So here we are. So we might just do 7 on this one, and then just call it a day, because I don't want to risk everything falling off here where we're pretty tight for space anyway. Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, I'm getting pretty used to this telehandler, especially when you sit here and you do this for like however long it's been. It's been a long time. Loading all these bales is a very tedious process. I did not remember having this many straw bales on the farm, I gotta be honest. But it takes, I think I've been doing this for like 2 hours already, and I'm not even, like, obviously not even done. So yeah, there's a lot of work to be done here in terms of loading up these bales. But I think we have, let's see, like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, oh, just about 2, well, we'll have to do about 3 loads left, it looks like. So can't really complain, actually. That's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. So what we're gonna do now is just go drop this off as is, because like I said, don't want to risk having this get all crazy. And yeah, I'll just bring you guys back in when you're done. But I just wanted to update you on the progress a little bit, because it has been longer than I thought it was going to be. But here we are. All right, just getting back from the sell point once again. We are down to our last 4 bales right here. Like, it's getting a little cold. The weather's getting a little bit foggy and ominous. Very cool effect here in the field. I gotta say. But yeah, we just got these 4 left. You can see the stack kind of fell over on me. That one, I gotta turn that over, or I might just put it on the trailer like this. I don't really care at this point. It's all going to the same place. Yeah, after this, I'm just gonna go ahead and feed the cows, and I'll do that off camera, and then probably just bring you guys back in once we have once we got to sell the silage bales and the wool. We have the sheep wool as well, a couple thousand liters of that, so that'll give us a couple extra bucks. which is nice. Yeah, then we have a lot of silage bales to sell. This took me, I think, 2 hours. I know I may have said earlier that it might have been longer. It felt longer, that's for sure, but I think it's only been about 2 hours. So still though, this is a lot of bales. I didn't realize how many straw bales I had. I mean, we had, you know, the entire harvest on both of the fields. So this one, we probably had like 50 just, you know, off of this field alone, plus the all the ones off of the oat field. I mean, we had tons. Absolutely tons. I mean, we filled the barn, you know, and then we still had a pretty hefty stack, 3 or 4 trailer loads over here, just sitting in the grass. So really lucrative. Sell your straw bales if you're not going to use them. I mean, make straw if you're not, you know. There's like really no reason not to. Either you can use it for your animals or you can sell it. Just better than letting it just go to waste. So. Always advice. It's always my advice when it comes to straw. It's totally worth it to do it. It's a little bit extra work, I'll admit. And I know in this game, there's actually a mod where you can use the straw bales. Yeah, we're just putting it on like this, no big deal. But you could actually use the straw directly out of from the combine. When it gets spread around the ground, you can actually use it to just apply a coat of fertilizer, which is good. So that's a good use for it. But, you know, base game doesn't make really much sense to not use the straw in some way. So anyway, let's go and sell these, and then I will just bring you guys back probably once we're ready to sell the wool, and I'll probably wait until the silage bales are fermented before we do that. So I'll just talk to you guys in some point probably in January. But all right, see you soon. And all right, it is now January. Beautiful, but slightly cold morning. We don't have our silage bales fermented yet. I just went and checked. We're at about 55%, so we still got to wait for those. But in the meantime, we do have plenty of wool and actually plenty of milk as well. We have like 25,000 liters of milk. So in the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead and get all that sold, and then we'll check back on the bales a little bit later to see if there's any progress. We may even have to wait until the next month. I didn't think it'd take that long, but oh well, no big deal. We'll just have to be patient, and we'll sell them eventually, so no worries about that. But yeah, let's just go ahead and keep working, keep on selling, and keep on making some money. All right, pulling into the dairy production building one last time. I think we still got a couple thousand liters of milk left in the barn, but I don't feel like making a, you know, not completely full trip right now to go and sell that. There we go. So I'll wait till later, but yeah, we've made, again, just tons of money off of this milk. Almost like, what do we start with? 70, like 75? So almost 20 grand. Cannot complain there at all. Milk is extremely profitable. Cows are extremely profitable. I mean, if you really think about it, we've already made our money back in cows. We, you know, bought them for 30,000, and we've already made well over 30,000 in milk. Earlier in this episode, we made, you know, so much more money already. So, and then another 20,000 or so here. So, really, really profitable. Cows are definitely worth it, especially dairy cows. Beef cattle, I've actually never really used beef cattle. That might be a fun thing to try in FS22, because I've never had I've never played a save game long enough to make beef cattle profitable. I think it takes, you know, a few years of in-game time, and I've just never actually been that perseverant in having one save. So that's something to think about. I might actually do something like that in FS25, have like a big beef cattle farm or something, and see how profitable they end up being. But love dairy cows, that from my other series as well. But anyway, we're gonna head back to the farm now. Again, I highly doubt that those silage bales are anywhere near being completely fermented. So what we're gonna do is just wait until that point, and then probably jump into a small time lapse, sell them, and then we'll do like a final kind of look at how much money we've got, and just some closing remarks before calling it quits on this series for now and moving on to bigger and better things. So I will talk to you guys in a little bit. And all right, guys, we're just about to wrap up the episode here and wrap up the series, but I just wanted to give a little bit of a recap of what we've done. And so you can see in the bank we have about $8,000, which is awesome. Proves my point. You can make 100 grand plus some just with 150 horsepower equipment. You don't need much. You can still make a lot of money. You just got to be thoughtful about what you buy. Buy stuff when you need it. Don't overbuy things like equipment and seeds and fertilizer and all that. And just be mindful. Just plan ahead. You need some hay bales. Just figure out how much hay you think you need, and don't overproduce hay. And then silage is very profitable as well. And even our crops are very profitable. We made 35 grand or so just in our crop harvest, which is awesome. And especially our cows over here have been extremely profitable for us. We have currently right now, we have 50,000 liters of milk just sitting in storage. So I'm thinking about just calling the milk delivery man, having him come by with a semi truck and pick this stuff up, because this little trailer is tough, to get 50,000 liters. That's a lot of trips, that's a day's work. And look at all the slurry we have. We got 90,000 liters of slurry, plenty to fertilize for the next year coming up. We got to plow that field right here, probably get some lime down. We'll start to get some grass growing pretty soon again. We didn't even sell all of our silage that I wanted to. I mean, we just have so many bales. We had to wait until pretty late in February to actually start selling it, because it wasn't fully fermented until then. And so we have I think maybe like 10 to 15 bales left on this field behind us here, like right over there, that one. And then we have all of our silage bales from the last harvest on the field across the street there, and even some from the 2 harvests ago that we've been using to feed the cows. So that we have tons of silage bales left, probably like all in all about 50 bales that could be sold. So that in and of itself is a whole day's work. I don't really have time for that, right this second. It's time to, get back into a field prep. And like I said, we're going to get that field plowed. We got to go probably get some line down, maybe rent a spreader if we can. And, start getting all that ready to go, and getting some seeds planted for the next year. But with that being said, though, I think we're going to say that this has been a huge success. I really appreciate you guys following along with this series. It was really fun. I wanted to prove that you could still make money in the game with less than 150 horsepower with your equipment. And this, without fail, has proven that point. We had a great year. We were thoughtful about what we did, and it really was profitable for us. So next on the list is to get into one last FS22 series. Just something that I've always wanted to do while there are still some great mods available. It's going to take a little bit of time, for 25 to catch up in terms of mods. So I want to take advantage of all the mods that are out for FS22 at the moment, and just do one more kind of farewell series. It won't be long. It'll be like this, you know, maybe like 5 to 7 episodes or so. Nothing crazy. Hopefully I can get recording that this week. But what I'm most excited about is that FS25 is out. As of when I'm recording this, it is Wednesday. It came out yesterday, and I haven't gotten a chance to really play it yet. I, you know, messed with like some of the controls and stuff, just getting it kind of all set up, but I haven't actually played the game and really seen what it's about yet. First impressions though, it looks really good. I'm really excited to get in there. The map, the Riverbend Springs map looks awesome, I gotta say. So I'm really excited to actually be able to play the game, and hopefully I'll be able to record some content this weekend. Keep your votes coming if you want to see tutorials or like just jump right into a series. Who knows? Maybe I'll do both in the background, and then whichever one gets the most votes is whichever one I'll be releasing first. But either way, lots to do in that game, lots to do left in this game, and some City Skylines coming your way as well. So got some time to record this weekend. Really looking forward to it. This has been a lot of fun, and I hope to see you guys all in future FS22 and FS25 videos. But in the meantime, thank you all for watching, and I hope y'all have a great rest of your week. Peace out, and don't be afraid to challenge yourself with, you know, some smaller equipment. The game can still be very fun. See you guys later.